In the early 20th century, northern Saskatchewan was geographically isolated. Communities like Flin Flon and nearby Denair Beach were separated from the south by vast distances and difficult terrain. The idea of a north-south highway, Highway 35, emerged as a potential solution. During an era of development and increasing automobile use, the lack of adequate roads in the north was a significant barrier. Highway 35 was envisioned as a way to improve transportation, connect the north, and foster economic opportunity. The concept of connecting these northern communities wasn't new. As early as 1940, surveyor J.W. Nijedli charted a potential route for what would become Highway 35. This early survey work, represented here, demonstrated the long-standing interest in improving transportation in the region and laid the groundwork for future efforts. The concept of a completed Highway 35 was ambitious. A highway from northeastern Saskatchewan to Flin Flon, Manitoba, intended to serve as a key transportation route. This vision became a long-term goal for the region. But progress on Highway 35 was slow. The 1930s and 1940s presented economic and wartime constraints. Building a highway in northern Saskatchewan's landscape was a major undertaking. Construction efforts started and stopped. Sections of road were built, but often to very basic standards. However, the project faced challenges due to distance, terrain, and limited funding. Aside from good starts southwest of Flin Flon and northeast of White Fox, Highway 35 remained largely incomplete. Communities along the proposed route continued to advocate for the highway. Local residents and leaders lobbied the government, emphasizing the need for Highway 35 for economic reasons, access to services, and regional connectivity. But that doesn't mean that the project stopped entirely. This rare footage shows conservation officer Sid Stubbington, fire patrolman Walter McKibben, and Dode Terry in 1957, emerging from the bush after completing their challenging survey of the proposed Highway 35 route. 17 years after the first survey, the challenges remained immense. Even though sections of the route had been partially constructed and surveyed, one key element, the Sturgeon Weir River crossing, was missing. Faced with government inaction, people in Flin Flon, Creighton, and Denair Beach initiated a local solution. Demonstrating community spirit, they undertook to build a bridge themselves at the Sturgeon Weir River. Volunteers and businesses mobilized, contributing materials and equipment. Through dedicated effort, they started construction on a river crossing. It was a do-it-yourself project driven by local determination and the recognized importance of a connection between their communities. They successfully completed the Sturgeon Weir River Bridge, a functional, if basic, structure. It was a significant achievement, demonstrating community collaboration. This bridge provided a key local link. In the winter of 1957, after the completion of the community-built bridge, a remarkable demonstration of continued support for the full Highway 35 project took place. A cavalcade of over 70 vehicles, carrying some 500 people, set out from White Fox and successfully reached Flin Flon. This wasn't just a symbolic journey, it was a practical one, made possible by the new bridge. Businesses in Nipawin had generously donated 5 emergency shelters, which were strategically placed along the route, recognizing the potential dangers of this still unfinished track. The cavalcade was a powerful statement, showcasing the region's united demand for a safe and reliable road connection. However, the long-term future of Highway 35 was becoming uncertain, even though a 1957 government map shows the middle section of the proposed Highway 35 as projected, indicating that it was still in the planning stages. In the late 1950s, a shift in transportation priorities emerged with the Hanson Lake Road proposal. The Saskatchewan Mining News in November 1957 reported growing support from the mining industry and government for this alternative route. Some advocates argued the Hanson Lake Road was more strategic for developing northern resources, particularly minerals and timber. The Saskatchewan Chamber of Mines endorsed the Hanson Lake Road, emphasizing its potential for resource development and economic benefits. Arguments included access to mineralized areas, timber resources, tourism opportunities, and strategic defense considerations. The Saskatchewan Department of Natural Resources released the Roads to Resources brochure. This publication highlighted the Hanson Lake Road and Otiskan Road as key for resource access, while omitting Highway 35. The brochure emphasized the Roads to Resources initiative, focusing on forest and mineral resources and economic potential. Behind the scenes, political and economic maneuvering was likely at play. The choice of a major highway route often involves more than just engineering considerations. It can be influenced by lobbying, regional rivalries, and the desire to direct funding to specific constituencies. But the official reports didn't tell the whole story. Years later, Lou Perez, a respected geologist with extensive experience in the region, revealed a deliberate effort to influence the decision. Here's how he described a key meeting with Olaf Hanson, a local trapper and prospector with intimate knowledge of the area, and Barry Richards.
Knowing that we had a potential mine in the Hanson Lake area, Barry Richards and I wanted to make sure that the road went west, if at all possible. So we got together, and we got Olaf Hanson, and we met in my office and went over the map. Olaf outlined to us where the timber was thick, where the fishing was best. As a result of this, I phoned Mr. Brocklebank, who was Minister of Mineral Resources at the time, and Vern Hogg, his deputy minister, and suggested that they come up. From that day, the other road, number 35, was canceled, and the Hanson Lake Road was decided upon, just the way Olaf and I had planned it.
It's important to note that at the time of this meeting, in his lobbying efforts, Perez had already discovered the ore body that would become the Western Nuclear Mine. While the mine's operation was relatively short-lived, the Hanson Lake Road was essential for its development. Perez, through the Parex Syndicate, undoubtedly stood to benefit financially from the mine's operation, making his advocacy for the road a matter of both regional development and personal interest. Behind the scenes, political and economic maneuvering was likely at play. The choice of a major highway route often involves more than just engineering considerations. It can be influenced by lobbying, regional rivalries, and the desire to direct funding to specific constituencies. A Saskatchewan highways map from 1960 tells a different story than just 3 years earlier. The projected section of Highway 35 is gone, leaving only the completed stubs at either end. The shift in government priorities was official. While the full Highway 35 vision was not realized, the story reflects the complexities of large-scale infrastructure decisions. Governments must often weigh competing priorities and make difficult choices with limited resources. The Hanson Lake Road, while chosen through a process that involved strategic lobbying, did ultimately facilitate resource development in a different part of northern Saskatchewan. Today, remnants of the uncompleted Highway 35 can still be seen, overgrown sections and traces of the intended route. While the community-built bridge at Sturgeon Weir no longer stands, its memory serves as a powerful symbol of local initiative and resilience, a testament to what the people of the region accomplished on their own. The Hanson Lake Road, meanwhile, serves as a reminder of the evolving nature of economic priorities and transportation needs. Both projects, in their own ways, have left a lasting impact on the landscape in the communities of northern Saskatchewan.